Hello everyone! You might be wondering why this video is out extremely soon. So this video along with my power rankings video will be released Monday night to early Tuesday morning. I am going on vacation for this week and I will not have any service or any time to be able to make any kind of picks or predictions or power rankings videos. So because football is life, here I am. I know the Monday night game has not started yet as of this point, but I'm confident enough to proceed with my picks even without this outcome of tonight's game. Now, let's first do a quick recap. Broncos Cardinals win as expected. By the way, right now I am sitting at 8-5 overall for this week. 9-5 if Atlanta pulls it out tonight, which is it's an okay week. It's a pretty good week. Couple games I got wrong. So let's get to it. Week 7. Yeah, Broncos Cardinals went exactly as I thought it would. Titans Chargers. Tennessee put up more of a fight than I thought they would in this game, so kudos to them. But not going for 2. I'm okay going for 2, alright? I am perfectly A-okay with the idea of going for 2 points. What I am not okay with is the play call, alright? Because, to be honest, we were at 4th and goal, 3rd and goal, and then first 2-point conversion, second 2-point conversion, all of them were pass plays. I don't care about Derrick Henry averaging 3 yards a rush. You give the ball to Derrick Henry, or hell, Dion Lewis was having himself a game. You put 3 tight ends in the box, you line up at the 1-yard line because of the defensive holding call, and you just leapfrog over everyone into the end zone. It's that simple for a 2-point conversion. Don't pass the ball to these receivers. I've said it time and time again, these receivers, you can't trust them with a game on the line, except for Corey Davis. Him, I'm okay with them throwing the ball to. Any of these other guys, he can't. And it slightly irks me because we controlled the Chargers for the entire second half of the game. They made 2 plays. They had a 70-whatever yard pass touchdown and a 50-whatever yard pass touchdown. You take those 2 plays away, we shut this team down. So, I mean, it is what it is. We lost. We're 3-4. Guess what? We're out of the wild card picture. We're not going to make the playoffs as a wild card now. We now don't have tiebreakers against the Ravens and the Chargers. We've lost both head-to-head games with them, and even Miami, I'll throw in there. All 3 of those teams. Tennessee is not in a good spot. They need to win the division, which is more winnable than people originally thought it would be coming into the year. And we're 2-0 against the Jags and the Texans. So theoretically, it's there. The division's there. Panthers, Eagles, that one caught me by surprise. I don't know what the heck the Eagles did in the 4th quarter to blow that game, but they blew it. Vikings, Jets went pretty much as expected. Bills, Colts. I did not think Derek Anderson was that incapable considering what I've seen out of him when he was a Panther. But to be fair, the Panthers have more talent around Derek Anderson than the Bills have around him there. And the Bills' offensive line is not good, especially considering the losses of their center, Eric Woods, and what's his face, who used to be a Dolphin, the bully, whatever his name was. I forget his name. So Indianapolis blew them away, and Indy's 2-5. Did you know they've actually outscored their opponents? It's really the weirdest thing in the world. But anyways, Indianapolis pulls it out. Good for them. Patriots at Bears. Man, the Bears are a pretty good team. You look at the Bears' 3 losses, overtime, last second of the game against the Patriots. This team is tough, and they're going to be in the thick of it, I think, until the end of the year. The Bears are that good of a football team. I really do think they are. Don't let that 3-3 record think that they're average, because I don't think this team is. I think they're pretty good. So I still got the game right, though. Browns at Buccaneers. I picked Cleveland. They let me down. Tampa ended up getting the win on a ridiculously long field goal made by Chandler Catanzaro. Texans at Jaguars. Oh man, this is fantastic. This, if there's one thing I love, I'm more okay with Tennessee losing. It's watching the Jaguars go down. I don't care if it's Houston. I know they're a division rival. I like the Texans better than Jacksonville because the Jacksonville Jaguars think they're hot shit. I said this coming into the year too. I said this team is not that good. They have a good defense. They got Blake Bortles, but the secret's out on Jacksonville. They're not going to sneak up on people the way they did last year, and you're seeing that this year. People were pegging this Jaguars team for 13-3, 12-4, dominating, and I'm just sitting here and I'm like, no, that's just not going to happen. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Jacksonville wasn't fooling me. This team is showing signs of what they were between 2008 and 2016. Utter trash. This team is starting to turn that ugly corner, and I guarantee you their fans are the visions are just rolling through their minds about how bad this Jaguars team before last year, over the last decade, because that Jaguars team is almost back. I really think that's the case. They lost the locker room. There was a fight I heard in the locker room after the game. Blake Bortles was benched. This team is becoming a mess. And the Texans, the shakiest division leader out of all these teams in the league. But hey, they've won 4 straight. So you know what? Regardless of whether or not some of those wins I think were fluky, you gotta give the Texans credit because they have showed the resolve and they've reeled off 4 straight wins after an 0-3 start. Next game, you have the Lions at the Dolphins. I picked Detroit in this game. Listen, guys, the Detroit Lions are starting to figure it out. Don't sleep on this team. They've shown glimpses. They've now beaten 3 teams with winning records. They've beaten the Patriots, the Dolphins, and the Packers. Those aren't slouch competitions. The Lions never had a history of beating teams that finished the season with winning records. Matthew Stafford struggled against those teams. But this Lions team with Matt Patricia is starting to figure it out a little bit. Saints at Ravens. Man, did this game live up to its billing. What a game. Justin Tucker has to be sick to his stomach. But you know what? The Ravens are going to rally behind Justin Tucker. He's going to be fine. Kickers are going to have games like that. It happens to every single kicker in the league. So the Saints, the Saints are good, guys. And my Super Bowl pick between the Chargers and Saints, this is looking pretty good right now. Both teams are sitting with at least 5 wins at this point in the season. So we'll see what happens from here. Cowboys Redskins, I picked Washington. Washington didn't disappoint. They almost did, but they did not. And now the Redskins, we'll see what happens next week. We'll go through the games when we go through them. But next up, Rams and 49ers, guys. The Rams are good. They're going for Super Bowl this year, that's for sure. That's Super Bowl or bust for this Rams team. They're 7-0. They're putting 30, 40 points up a game. Speaking of the Rams, same with this next team, Kansas City, man. I mean, it's ridiculous. 45-10. They undressed the Bengals in Arrowhead Stadium. It was pretty embarrassing. The Bengals, I think, have shown the league that they may not be a team that is as good as originally thought, because I thought they were going to put up more of a fight than this. And then there's tonight's Giants-Falcons game. I will not be able to do a recap on that. The power rankings will come out after the game because obviously you never know how the game's going to go. But let's just say I'm pretty confident Atlanta will win tonight. Next up, Week 8 picks. Dolphins at Texans. Both of these teams are 4-3. One of them is going to be 5-3. This is a Thursday night football game between unlikely teams with winning records. So it does add an interesting layer to it. Oh man, if Brock Osweiler starts in this game, that would be poetic. If Brock Osweiler, oh man, I'm rooting for that. I think Ryan Tannehill's out too. So this will be Brock Osweiler going up against the team that gave him the lucrative contract in Houston. Oh man, that would be a storyline. But that being said, I gotta go with Houston here. Brock Osweiler just isn't a good quarterback. Dolphins are starting to reel a little bit. I think Houston gets this win 23-17 over Miami. Next game is this is a funny contrast. The first game of the week you have two unlikely teams with winning records. The next game is the London game. You got two unlikely teams with losing records. The Eagles and the Jaguars. One of these teams, guys, is gonna be 3-5. There's no way out of it. One of these teams that played on Championship Sunday last year will be 3-5. My money is on the Jaguars. Listen, the Eagles, Blake Bortles, the Jags are a mess. I said it earlier. The Philadelphia Eagles, they'll find a way to win this game. And I think that the Jaguars will lose this game by a score of 24-10. I'm just not. Jacksonville they've fallen off a cliff, guys, and Philadelphia has come close to falling off a cliff. They're like at the edge of the cliff, but I still think they're better than Jacksonville. Next game, we got the Ravens at the Panthers. That is going to be a good game. I gotta go with the Ravens though. I know the Ravens are on the road. I know, but Carolina, it almost just seems right for Carolina to drop their next game. I know I've picked against the Panthers a lot recently, but listen, this team is inconsistent when it comes down to it. They just really are. And the Ravens defense, regardless of whether or not they gave up 24 points to Drew Brees, this Ravens defense is good, people. And the Panthers, you contain Greg Olsen and Christian McCaffrey and Devin Funchess, I guess, and you're fine. And the Ravens have the ability to do just that. Cam Newton's good, but he's not Drew Brees. So I think the Ravens will get the win here. 23-13 over Carolina. Broncos at Chiefs. Didn't these two teams just play a couple weeks ago? And it's week 8 and they're already playing again? Is that true? These two teams played. Crap, yeah, they did. These two teams literally played in week 4, and now they're turning on and playing each other 4 weeks later. Kansas City is going to win this game. This offense is ridiculous. The Broncos defense has played well, but they played the Cardinals. Kansas City is going to win this game. We'll go 34-21 over Denver. Next game, another good. There's some pretty good games. We got the Browns at the Steelers. These two teams tied in week 1. Let's see who can break that tie. Well, I'm going to laugh if these teams tie again. That would be great. I got to go with that. I got to go with the Steelers, though. Steelers had a bye week. Cleveland is reeling a little bit. They've lost another overtime game because the Browns are just the unluckiest team in sports. And the Pittsburgh Steelers might have Le'Veon Bell back by this point. But even if they don't have Le'Veon Bell, there's no reason the Steelers shouldn't win this game. 26-20 over Cleveland. We'll say overtime again. Why not? Seahawks at Lions. An interesting game against two 3-3 teams that are very inconsistent. Detroit is at home. I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions in this game. I think it'll be a little lower scoring. We're going to go 17-14 over Seattle. The Seahawks defense is starting to gel. Russell Wilson, as good as he is, he's standing behind a better offensive line, but Detroit is starting to figure it out. And I truly will believe in this Lions team if they're able to take down some of these ridiculous teams like they have so far this year. Detroit, I said it earlier, you can't rule the Lions out. You just can't. Especially now that they found out how to beat teams with winning records. Next game, we have the Buccaneers at the Bengals. Yeah, the Bengals should rebound in this one. Tampa traveling to Cincinnati. Cincy will get the 5-3. We'll go with, I think it'll be a little closer than people think. We're going to go 28-27. I think Cincy will pull it out in the end. Tampa Bay are okay. They're 3-3 mainly because of the start of Ryan Fitzpatrick. So I guess that's kind of impressive, but still, I think Tampa Bay is a flukier 3-3 team. So I got to go with Cincinnati, who I still think might be pretenders, especially after last week. But I think they can take care of the Bucs. Jets at Bears. Gotta go Chicago here. They're at home. They have a pretty good defense. Mitchell Trubisky starting to play very well, and we're gonna go 26 to, or no, let's go 27-20. The Jets will keep it respectable. They seem to do that week in and week out unless it's against Minnesota. So we'll go. The Bears will win this game though. Next up, we have the Redskins at the Giants. I do not care what the Giants do tonight. Unless they blow the Falcons out by 3 scores, I'm going to pick the Redskins in this game no matter what. Listen, the Giants, they're a mess. They're about as big a mess as they were last year. The Redskins are 4-2. They're playing well. Alex Smith has this team rolling a little bit. The Redskins have a game and a half lead on the division 6-7 weeks in, and that's impressive. Especially considering the firepower the Eagles have, the reboundness people thought the Giants would have, and the fact that Dallas was going to have Ezekiel Elliott for 16 games, and the Redskins are in first place of all teams. Redskins win 20. Nah, we'll go 31-20. Colts at Raiders, a game between a bunch of scrubs. Raiders had their bye week. Who cares who wins this game? I'm gonna go with the Raiders just because they're at home, and because I feel like they're due a win. They've had a lead in a lot of their games, and they've just blown them. The Raiders are due a win. We'll go Oakland here. 34-31. Yes, I'm very tired. Please excuse the yawning. 49ers at Cardinals. Who cares? Really? These are the 4 o'clock games? That Packers-Rams game better be televised. It should be, honestly. That game, yeah, no, I don't even need to look at 506 Sports. The Packers-Rams game will be nationally televised in our area, at least, because I'm in New York. No one cares about the Colts, the Raiders, the Niners, or the Cardinals. So that game will be on television. 49ers at Cardinals, we'll just say Arizona because they're at home. Nah, I gotta go with the Niners. Regardless of how the 49ers looked last week, they played the Rams, and the Rams have kind of been doing that to every team they've played. So I gotta kind of forget about that loss a bit and realize that the 49ers with Beathard, I think, are a better team right now than the Cardinals led by Josh Rosen, who's still learning, but he'll get there. 49ers 20-17. Packers at Rams. What a doozy of a game. And a game that I think it'll be high scoring. I'm going to go with the Rams again. Because when you're 7-0, why would I pick against you, especially if you're at home? This is a game for the Rams to prove how for real they are in the NFL. I mean, everyone knows they're for real. But you take out Aaron Rodgers and send that Packers team to 3-3-1. The Rams schedule, by the way, let me bring this up, okay? The Rams' schedule gets juicy starting this week. I'll bring it up. My computer's extremely slow, so you'll have to bear with it. But right now, I think the Rams will beat the Packers in this game 34-31. It'll be a high-scoring game. Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers is known for the Rams should win this game. My computer is currently frozen, so bear with me. Okay, there we go. That's better. Oh, man, that's the night game? Saints at Vikings at Minnesota? Oh, man. Oh, that's going to be great. That's going to be a good game. Saints at Vikings. Okay, darn, who's going to win that? That game is going to have major playoff implications on seeding. Eesh. I'm going to go the Saints because this team is rolling. They've won 5 straight after an 0-1 start. As quietly consistent as the Vikings have been, the Saints are not coming into this game happy. So I'm going to go New Orleans here. Let's go 29-24 the other way. And do we follow it up with a better game on Monday Night Football? Absolutely not. You got the Patriots and the Bills. That's going to be embarrassing. I'm probably not even going to watch that. It's going to be hideous. It's going to be disgusting. It's a disgrace. So, my computer is so bad it's still bringing up the schedule for the Rams. So, I mean, I got to pick the Patriots. Of course, I've got to pick the Patriots. I don't even care whether the game's home or away. I think the Patriots win this game 37-10 over Buffalo. Oh, man, come on. My computer is frozen, so I apologize. Everything is extremely frozen. I need a new laptop for Christmas. I've been rolling with this laptop. Every time I've made a Pixel Predictions video, this laptop I have used. We're talking since 2014. It's been a while. I try to open one tab and everything freezes. I have a black screen on my screen right now. I can't even see if the movie maker is still rolling because my computer's just complete trash. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Alright, there we go. Now it's deciding to act fine. Rams schedule. And nothing is typing. Oh, there we go. Alright. You ready for the juiciness of the schedule? Are you ready for this? This is just beautiful. The Rams' next, 7 games. Every single one of these 7 games is going to be good. Packers at Rams. Rams at Saints. Seahawks at Rams. Ooh, here's the best one. Chiefs at Rams. That is going to be a game, and it's nationally televised. Yes! Rams at Lions should be a good game too. Rams at Bears should be a good game. And then Eagles at Rams. Oh my goodness. It's just beautiful. We're going to find out. This Rams team ain't going undefeated, but man, this is a doozy of a schedule. Those are my picks. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys all next time.